think it's always a gift if we can go deep into sport for opportunities to understand for the audience that these fighters are human. A lot of times people think they're not human. And I'll tell you what I mean. Where they're different in a way that they're not afraid, or they were born with a different gene in their chemistry, where they don't have the fears or the apprehensions that we all have when we're in situations that bring about those feelings, that should bring about those feelings, that they're devoid of those feelings. And I want people to really know that and understand that, to help them. So you don't have to be a fighter. So when you're nervous about talking to your boss, or about the test that's coming up that you're getting ready for in school, or whatever it happens to be, your first day on the job, whatever, it's normal. And to understand, it might help you to understand that even great fighters, in this case as great as Sugar Ray Leonard, I think one of the greatest of all time, fits in any era, that even they have fears, and even they think about the unthinkable that we all think about, which is sometimes giving up, sometimes, and I want people to know that doesn't make you less. That doesn't make you, in a solo universe, abnormal, missing something, too weak to make it. No, it makes you normal. What counts is what you do. But to have those feelings sometimes, it's normal. And if I can tell you that even the great Sugar Ray Leonard had those feelings, the great, I say it again, that's how good he was. That could be helpful to people. And we had a moment, Ken, we had one of those special moments where that kind of lesson was about to be put forward in a fight that had no worth, in the fight that we're talking about with McKinnon and Badojak. And during that one-sided fight, there was an amazing moment when, again, one of the greatest fighters of all time, Sugar Ray Leonard, made a comment, an honest comment. And quite frankly, you're not going to hear these honest comments while they're fighting. You know why? They don't want no one to know. Because it could present a look of weakness. But now, years after, they can, because it's safe. And he was honest, and he made it, again, it was incredible. And everybody missed it. And I don't want it to be missed. He made a comment off of what Adesanya said. Adesanya said, I believe that McKinnon is thinking about giving up. Even though he's taking shots and he's solid, and he didn't really show that to the common eye. Adesanya, a great fighter, said, I think that he's thinking about it. He's not doing it, but I think it's in his mind. And Sugar Ray Leonard immediately said that he had been in there in fights. He mentioned the first Iran, the Camacho fight late in his career, and he started to mention another one, and he was interrupted. He was interrupted by the other announcer, and it was a shame. He should have been allowed to go on and finish that story. It was an important story. It was a story that you don't hear. You don't hear from the greats. That he had thought about giving up too. In fact, he didn't do it. That's what matters. He didn't do it. That's why he's the great Sugar Ray Leonard. But he was about to give a lesson out there for all of us. That it's okay to feel that way. It's okay for your kids. When someday they're going to come home crying, Ken, and you've been through it already. And saying, I don't want to I don't want to go to school because of somebody picking on them, or I don't want to try out for the basketball team because they don't think they're good enough, and I feel scared. I feel like quitting. And you'll talk to him, you'll sit him down and say, son, we all feel that way, but you don't give in to it. But the guy that you're playing against, son, he felt that. Really, Dad? He did? He looked so sure of himself. Yeah, he felt that way. He felt that way at a certain point in his life, but he's gotten past that. And he doesn't show. You'll get past it too. He doesn't show it anymore. There was a chance for all parents to hear this and for kids to be told this story from the great Sugar Ray Leonard, where it confirms it, it validates it, that we are all human, no matter what we present ourselves to be in our accomplishments and our strengths. And that there's times that we feel weak and we feel like giving up. But if you don't give up, you'll get past it. And if part of helping you not give up is the story that somebody who's great, who you look up to, felt the same way, felt the same damn way as you, that would fortify you. That would give you what you need when you're in that situation. And to me, that I know I'm taking it deep, but it was there. It was the most important part of the whole night. For me, that was the most important part of the night. That story could be told for a parent to tell their kid that even the great Sugar Ray Leonard felt like giving up once or twice, but he didn't. And he never got a chance to finish his thoughts because he got interrupted. And so, you know what? I figured I would finish him for him and do the service that he was doing to so many people that could hear it out there.
Very good. Well, listen, that's a good place to wrap up that